Hello everybody, they're coming Muse and I welcome you back to Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew, where it feels like a DLC sort of day. Feels like maybe a Yuki, Pincus and Gael kind of day. So we should probably start with a bit of bants with old Pincus.
Afion, I'm sure you came to experience the telling of my arrival on the Mardin.
We actually did.
I was actually just walking by.
Why, I hear you ask, would such a refined, noble gentleman seek hospitality on such a comparably shabby pirate voyage?
No, again, I only happen to be walking by.
Oh, I'm interested.
No, don't be shy. It is a good question. See, it all began the day I was born, January the 26th, 1615, which by now is a much-discussed topic in many of my memoirs.
You have multiple memoirs?
Of course. I very early on
He's a busy
decided
man.
that one such volume wouldn't suffice. But let's not get sidetracked. On that fateful day, I vowed to live a life full of adventure and to record my exploits.
You vowed that on the day you were born.
Well, maybe 14 years later, but who is keeping track, really?
You
I
are.
thought that's precisely what you're doing in your memoirs.
Yes, well observed. Now I've lost myself. Why are you here again?
I actually was just passing by, so no real reason.
Perfect. I don't have time anyway. See, there are already 3 more chapters I have to write down. The first concerns itself with...
Don't worry about explaining it. I don't want to hold you back. See you, Pincus.
How very considerate. Goodbye, Afia.
Yeah, I like this guy. Now, to the table.
I.
Where to, navigator?
Where to is Dragon's Dream. We've got a statue to drop off. A medium-sized nighttime mission. Lovely.
Dragon's dream lies in sight.
It seems the guard has relaxed around the garden.
Maybe they're scared of it now because of us.
More likely, they had to shift things around. They must be running low on supplies.
Or it's
All
another
good
trap.
things for us. Now, get us there, Ephias-san. The little dragon wants its home.
So we did the left side of the island last time we were here. I feel like based on the positions of the enemies, we are going over to this right-hand island. But in we go, into the little garden. Now, definitely Ukes. Gael's got 3 vigour stored up. And Pincus just because he's new to the team.
No surprise, really.
Right then, crew.
Yes, good plan.
Oh, we've got the old dragon to move. So, should step 1 be
Now,
clear out the pass?
where do we put you, little dragon?
I'd assume we solved this puzzle much like the first time around.
Well, this one has shiny red scales. It wants to be on the right island. This is hard.
Naturally.
Okay, so we'll leave it there for the moment. We got things to do.
Yes,
No.
a good memory.
Let them rot.
How to best approach this bit?
Any cannons loose? Swiftly.
So many tricks.
Like so, perhaps. And then Gael can
Oi.
drop her firecrackers.
I don't resist the noise.
And at that
Oh,
point,
what's that?
we move in for the kill. Or the thwump.
Right where I
Excellent. 2 down.
An anchor.
I feel like
Exciting.
I know where the story's going
That's a good trick.
with this DLC. I feel like Salazar is cursed and he's not told anyone
Or whatever it is they say.
in the Inquisition. Because of course he hasn't, because otherwise he'd just get messed up. And
Where
I
the
think
wind
that his
blows,
wish is much the
cannonballs
same as
fly.
Yuki's and that
I'll
he wants to be
keep 'em on.
mortal again. Now, who's actually watching you? Is it just that patrol? Looks like it is.
Careful, I have a short fuse. I hope
Good.
you don't struggle with confined spaces.
Please bother someone else.
Aye.
No, you two. Can you sneak in there before...
Abominations!
No. Okay. I didn't realise how far that guy could see, but that would be because of the light, I guess.
As you command.
So we'll just repeat this step. No. Yeah, that guy's got a good range of vision. Ah, that lantern is part of the problem.
Shiny ball.
But that's fine, because...
It's
if
an
we can-
adventure.
Oops. I meant to click on it to turn it off,
I remember
but I
this.
missed. Oh, we can't turn it off because it's a maiden fire lantern.
Let's do it, Kuma.
Very well. So, behind there is a spot where these two won't be noticed by anyone.
Please bother someone else. The burdens of nobility.
So from here we
Marley
should
at her finest.
be able to rush these two when they come around. Yeah. Let's see how this works out.
Good snout.
Okay, it didn't quite work because,
There is still room for improvement.
yeah, they kind of noticed us before we could stop the alarm being set off. But that's probably just because I attacked too early. So maybe if I wait a little longer.
The luxury of memories. I like the taste of
Ah, no, they spotted.
We may reconsider our
They spotted
options.
Pincus, perhaps.
Our options.
Yeah, so Pincus was in the wrong spot, which doesn't help.
I like the taste of it.
Now though. There we go.
Less trouble for everyone.
Pincus gets a kill.
How uncommon.
Now, you drop that bod over there, please, friend. That guy needs to be lured somewhere, perhaps.
Like
Yeah, there is a sound radius on Pincus's possession. So that's unfortunate. I guess Yuki can solve this problem.
Aye. Wake up, little trap.
Let's see, what if she sets
Let's
that
do it,
over there?
Kuma.
And then
Kuma,
she
listen.
puts
Time to
Kuma
move.
there.
That's a good trick.
And now, was there somewhere over here where we could climb up? It doesn't look like it.
Call them to.
So, can
It's
she
an
get in a
adventure.
position to deal with that guy? Yes.
Nice
Oh, they both help. Okay.
Oh, so sharp.
all right.
Slice
She'll
it
take them both down
the
then.
neck.
Good lass.
Your power is
Now
amazing.
that leaves a commissarius and not much else. Shouldn't be too hard. It's got a big old view range though. There's not a lot of cover.
Blood and snow.
But given as we're here, we'll knock that ladder down. Don't think it's necessary. And then Yuki can be the one to pop back and get the dragon because
Can't catch me.
it's her mission. But yeah, I feel like this DLC is going to end with us allowing Salazar to have the wish to allow him to die. And Yuki's going to have no choice but to continue with the crew.
That's it.
Now, what do you want from us, Red Dragon?
Now this one speaks. Above and below, ring the gong.
Alright.
I sense a pattern emerging.
A castle half in the water. Have we had one of those before, Kuma? Ah, then this will be something new.
I've been wondering what manner of being would conjure an island like this into existence.
Dragons are old and strange. Maybe it just wants a piece of home.
I don't mean what's apparent on the outside. Every brick or plank or grain of sand here has been conjured from the sea with soul energy. Yet, from what I know about Eastern legends, your dragon's magic is older than the cursed.
Maybe The dragon learned new magic here. I bet it's smart.
Powers like this are usually reserved for the cursed.
Curious.
At your command.
So the dragon might have some connection with the curse.
Marley at
Okay,
the
so we've got a gong down there to deal with. So there's no point doing anything fancy really, is there? Let's just work our way across to this island. So we'll start by heading across to this little one. So that kindred is connected to
We are neck deep in
two other
corruption, and
kindred.
he is stuffing his face.
That is
What,
very
there's nothing to
curious.
eat, eh?
That commissaris needs to go. But that kindred is kind of watching him over there, so Can we take over possession of a kindred? I feel like the answer is
We may
probably
have
yes.
need to return
Can
to
we?
See the world with different eyes. No.
Okay, so we cannot take over kindred
Well, another try
with
then.
Pincus. That is useful information. I do wonder if coming in down here is the best solution, but what else do we do? Coming over there? We have to deal with that commie. Do we swim around?
Yuki here. Swift
Yeah.
souls.
Let's go for a swim, Ukes.
It's an adventure.
Let's see what happens if we head over this way.
Let's do it, Kuma.
Right, so we can set up a trap here,
It always works. Kuma parade. Oh, that's
and we
easy.
can get rid of
Flame
an
guides
acolyte
me
at
this
least.
one.
Little spider.
And then by the time that kindred gets down to see what's going on,
Be aware, intruder.
it's just a log.
We are not alone.
You won't forget this, yes?
So that kindred can be taken out pretty straightforwardly. That one also has an acolyte roaming around in their vicinity though.
Divergences are looming.
Can't catch me.
Maybe now's a good time to take out the commie.
We shall be
Wake up, Katana-san.
Yuki, how did you become cursed?
No, we couldn't get that done before the kindred made their way back up. That's
Leave it to me.
unfortunate. Maybe the kindred will go a different way now we've reloaded.
courage will uncover what lies hidden.
Time for sword work.
Yuki, how did you become cursed?
How did they hear that? They were definitely out range when I
Yes,
triggered that.
That's a good trick.
The darkness will not assist you much longer.
Together now.
Yuki, how did you become cursed, if you don't mind me asking?
It was a mistake.
You shot yourself with a black pearl by mistake?
What?
It could happen.
No. We just saw friends with guns pointed at them.
Oh.
Guns with black pearls in them?
We didn't know. Kuma and I tried to push our friends away, so we got hit instead.
I see. That must have been some surprise.
Uh-huh. Kuma was really scared. No, I wasn't.
Yep, you were both scared, admit it. Now, that acolyte should probably go, just to be on the safe side. Can we hop out onto the dragon's tail there?
Oh, a memory.
We can.
This is fun.
Now, they're looking around over there somewhere. Oh, there's a commie there.
Those are some mighty ones.
True.
Oops. We nearly got away with that.
Try again.
And there's no other way up further round, is there? But yeah, I think we can get away with that.
Oh, so sharp.
Those are some mighty ones.
Good.
True. But there's always a way in.
This isn't your first castle, I take it.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely not.
You're right. This one is a bit small. Don't let the dragon hear that. Can't catch me.
Now, can we drop off that wall?
The gong is near the dragon's
No.
head.
Let's hope it's not hungry.
So, you're going to
Feed
wonder where your
me
friend
to
is.
me.
Do we have here?
It didn't really say that.
No. It just said ring the gong. I can do that. Did Did you see that,
Good.
Kuma?
Another one down. And that's before this
Interesting
acolyte
choice.
comes back over.
Right, coming.
So he stands there, and then he heads back.
Demon's tooth.
Is anyone watching you? Yeah, they are. I figured that was going to be too easy.
Remember.
What if we set up a
Let's set a
spider
trap.
trap here?
Tanuki parade.
Ah, yes. A nice little strip.
Don't
Another
step
guy
in the
down.
spider's Sneaky dead.
And then we should just be able to set up another trap
Tactical
here
trap. Get ready,
and do
Kuma.
the same sort of thing again.
Oh, that's easy.
Flame guides me this way.
Good.
Don't break the spider's thread.
So I think that's probably everyone. Well, that is everyone cleared out around this
You won't
second
forget this,
kindred.
yes?
So that's two of them that are definitely free. That one. Maybe we get Gael to take out
Where
that
the
one.
wind blows, cannonballs fly.
Greatness
Pincus.
personified.
Can you swim? Or are you too much of a gentleman? Okay. So we've got two people that can't swim
The
and can't
burdens of
climb.
nobility.
At least one of them is going to need to get
If
past
you
the
could
view
see
range
what
of this kindred.
Sinuous shape.
Right, so that
Good
is
snout.
Pincus in
Oh.
place.
Did you see that?
Yuki, if
Let's
you
go.
could jump back in the water, that'd be grand. And then if you could climb up those vines, that'd be even better.
I can do that.
Now this should be
Yes.
an easy
A
enough
good memory.
kill.
Whirling strike.
We take down that guy. Pincus takes down that guy. Gael shoots a cannon at that guy. Now it's just a case of timing it when
Remember the
no one's watching, which we failed to do.
Let's knock them out again.
Right, so you go back and forth, I guess.
Fine shot.
Right, so that death animation, or that getting knocked out animation,
Knock them
takes a
out
little while. Which seems a bit silly, but there you are. So maybe we just wait for this acolyte to move on. And then we fire before the prognosticator turns around.
Fly, Kuma.
I know this.
Yeah, we got away with that.
Image.
D'accord.
Now. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I can't hold
That's the
on to
one we
my
need.
soul anymore.
What's happened there? Oh, did the prognostica...
We could have done without your interference, Molly.
I'm not sure what happened there, because I was focusing on the wrong spot.
Swiftly.
But maybe we'll try something else as well.
One at a time.
Maybe we'll just try bonking that one with Gael. See how that works.
I would have forgotten otherwise. Aye. Better hold your breath.
Image.
Okay, that didn't work. So the original plan kind of worked, but then what happened to Pincus?
I know this.
Right, did that prognostica see Pincus then? Is that what happened there?
That image.
Yeah, they're coming over to investigate.
I, or whatever it is they say.
Let's see if we can turn that torch out. No, we got spotted. Okay, so new plan. Oh no, I was going to say new plan is instead of shanking that guy, we possess them, but we can't. So maybe we just time this a bit better. Okay, so that guy starts dying the moment you fire, rather than
See again.
when you actually hit him, which is unfortunate.
Different this time.
Unless
Bien sûr.
Gael can move into a position over here somewhere where she can
moth to
throw a
the
distraction
firecracker.
that doesn't hit the prognosticator. It just hits
They always fall for it.
that guy.
Always up there.
And then she can head on up. Good.
Quelle surprise.
Now. Oh, you've spotted Pincus. Okay. Right, so this works as long as we then move quickly
Swiftly.
with some other stuff.
The crackles draw them. A little spectacle just for you.
Right, so through that.
Von Preisfeld.
Magnifique.
Now, Pincus, we need you to do that rapid. Whilst you're doing that, Gael,
Miss
we
the
need you
waves
to
under my feet.
get up the ladder.
Sure as the storms.
Okay. Right, now that guy's coming over to deal with... Oh, Pete's sake, that would have worked, but even though it's nighttime, and even though Pincus is above him, he still saw Pincus, so
Swiftly.
this plan works, it's just extremely complicated and probably too much so.
A little spectacle just for you. Magnifique.
Right,
I, the great Von Pressfeld.
yeah, you do that. Gael, you climb the ladder.
I like long shots.
Is that?
My
Pincus,
qualities
just-
are needed.
Get out of dodge.
Likely a poor choice.
Right,
The way back.
I think this is going to work.
Good.
The cannon is mightier than the sword.
So you turn that off. Pincus
My
again.
time is not to be trifled with.
You are
Another
going
pair
to
of eyes might
take over that guy.
turn the Ah, such a feeble mind.
Good. Right, everything has worked.
I don't look up to anybody.
Whee! Let's just hide those bods. Get Gael down
Is
here.
it a puzzle?
Yuki's part of the plan just went off flawlessly because she's great. And now, Acolyte, what can you do for us? Anything important? When you can pop up here, you can grab that guy and you can just throw him in the water. He doesn't need to be around. I don't think... Oh yeah, there's a commissarius over there with a bell. I was going to say I don't think anyone's really watching over here, but that's wrong. We don't need to be in that guy, so we'll just pop out of him.
This is not the kind of labor suited for a Von Pressfeld.
And in the water he goes. Okay. We've taken out nearly everyone.
What's that? The Corsair is hunting.
No. Yuki, can you turn off this torch before that guy notices you?
I.
No torch can be without the flame. I shall not move from this place.
Good. Now those two guards are just having a chin wag. But they're not going to
It
move
wants to be remembered.
or turn, I don't think, so they're not going to see that the torch is
Let's
off.
do it, Kuma.
And with the torch off,
Strike fast.
no one except maybe the proggy. Okay, no one is going to see that. Good.
Corsair strikes again. I can do that.
Yeah. Prog is just chilling. He's not even noticed that he's been snuck up upon.
Crackles draw them. This will occupy them.
Swift soul.
And now he's been logged.
Good sword.
And that's the gong run. Good. Apart from that one fiddly bit, that wasn't too bad. Is the second gong going to appear?
It disappeared. above and below.
Yep.
Seems we must sneak into the castle after all. Shall
Double
we?
Udex.
How did you become cursed, Aphia-san?
Me? I earned my black pearl.
You wanted to be dead.
I wanted to be strong enough to forge my own destiny. Back on Soulspire, a black pearl is a gift. The power to follow your heart's desire.
But your heart doesn't beat anymore.
Aye, but my soul is stronger for it.
Oh, that's easy.
So is Aphia going to inspire
It's been a
Yuki
while.
to realise that being
You won't
cursed
forget
ain't
this,
so bad
yes?
after all? Now, you've got a good view radius, haven't you? But it's
I'll
not
be fast.
far enough to stop us from double teaming this patrol, maybe?
I'll send them your way.
Ah, yes. A nice little stroll.
Strange.
Oh, Kuma's
Don't
not
be
with us,
lazy.
maybe. Oh no, Kuma is with us. Oh, he's going over there
Fast and
because he's
sharp.
detected the lamp. Very well. In that case,
Oh, I remember this.
change of
I'll be
plan.
fast.
We don't want him to look in that direction. But we also don't want this torch-bearing guy
That's a good trick.
hanging about. What if we do go up the dragon?
Let's do it, Kuma.
So somewhere further on where we can jump back down again. There kind of is.
It's an adventure.
Right, so when no one's looking, we can get a quick kill on this guy.
Good idea, Marley-san.
Yeah, you bugger off patrol in the castle.
Swift souls.
Is that my eyes?
Yeah, but then we got spotted running away from that.
Try again.
Because this is the one type of kill Yuki does where she does leave a
Aye.
body behind.
Strange.
Up from my gaze.
Up!
Try again.
Right.
Watch
Okay,
me,
now they've
Sensei.
turned around properly.
Up!
So yeah, we'll bring this body up with us then. And we'll leave it up
Let's
there.
go.
Or we'll throw it wherever we've just tossed it. Where even is that? Either way.
Can't catch me. Your power is amazing.
Yeah. Was it you that was watching over here? Or was it a Udex?
Thanks for helping.
Okay, so that's not going to work.
Oh, I remember this. This is fun.
But we can turn off that torch, perhaps,
Watch me, Sensei.
and then sneak up onto this wall.
Well now.
Maybe we can get away with a shank on this guy.
Leave it to me.
Strange. Is that?
Okay, we can't because
Oh, I remember this.
that guy snuck
Aye.
up.
Demons too.
So let's
Of
take out
course
that guy
there's strikes again.
first.
Good idea, Marnie-san.
Now what?
Strange.
Yes, good plan.
So now we come up here. And we should basically be able to repeat what we just tried.
It's
I
an
mean, I
adventure.
guess we can also just do that. Set the old spider trap.
Don't stay in the spider.
That's another dude down.
Shiny ball.
Now. So those guys are watching each other.
Oh, so sharp.
Like Custodes can take out 2 extra guys for us, but not the commissariats. But if we had Gael around here, that would help. So we won't really worry about that lot for the moment,
Swift
I don't
souls.
think.
What is that? Snow Maiden's fire. But it still must burn. Well, I have better things to do.
Okay, so those two are
That's a good trick.
patrolling. They've noticed the torch is out, but they're not going to do anything about it. So we'll come around and see if we can't deal with these Ulysses. I feel like it's not going to be as easy
Fast and
as
sharp.
taking one out.
Good news, I hope.
Well, supplies are still low and nothing can be spared, sir.
I should never
Right.
have joined this expedition.
Oh, there's one up there. Who are you being watched by? Lots of people, including these two. If we could get Gael up here, but can we? There is a ladder, but it's at the front. She can't climb vines. Same for Pincus. So Yuki's the only one who can actually get up here into stabbing range. Unless Pincus climbs the ladder, of course.
That won't be a
Because we can certainly get up this side of the dragon.
Time is moving fast.
And we can work our way across here. Now, so we've got two guards there, but one moves away.
I don't look up to anybody.
Let's bring Gael up here as well. Get a little Gael Pincus team on the go. Yeah, you get in that bush, chick. Pincus,
or whatever it
you
is, eh?
get in
the
that
castle
bush
again, will
too.
you?
Yeah, can we throw a firecracker so it just lures in that
They always
guy?
forget.
If you must. Yeah? Who will I taste this time?
Excellent.
Pipe smells nasty.
Pincus has become Acolyte. He's got good radius, I think. It does actually allow him to get up top. So, both of these two appear
told
to
you,
only
sir.
being
All
watched
Ready, Kuma?
by,
I'll be fast.
We only have our meager supplies.
as far as I can
Oh,
tell.
blast this forsaken
Yeah.
island.
These two Udex are only being watched
I don't
over
look
there,
up to anybody.
so that's fine. Now, that commie is watching this guard.
As you command.
Why can't we throw the firecrackers there? It's kind of annoying, the range on these firecrackers. It's like, I want to throw them in a spot where I can lure that guy in, but can't necessarily be seen.
This will occupy them for a bit.
Right, that might be it.
I will get you. Better
Good.
hold your breath.
Okay, so that's another one out of the way.
I like this one.
Question is, can we get back over to where that other Udex is? Okay, good. Does that help us though? We're still a long way from where we want to be.
Good. As you command.
Now that Udex might be a problem.
This so
Yeah, we've got Gael in a position where she's kind of stuck. Because there's no ladders around. Can she find a position from over here where she can shoot that
Don't
Udex?
mind them. This is going to be
Right,
a
so she
long
can
shot.
shoot that Udex. Okay. That's progress. So here's the new plan. Gael shoots that Udex.
The Corsair is ready.
Pincus deals with this one on the left. And Yuki, who's much more mobile than the other two, works her way back round to the third
Can't
Udex.
catch me.
Yes. That is much easier.
Sneaky dead.
what is that?
Cool. So, we've made it round. The next question is,
I am.
will this plan actually work?
Remember the Twilight Corsair. I can do that.
Looks like it will.
Slice the back, stab the neck.
Now, Pincus, can you tie up that body?
Good news, I hope.
Well, supplies are still low and nothing can be spared, sir.
I should never have joined this expedition.
Right, so was that a really complicated plan that actually worked first time? I think it was, you know. And now with the Udex gone,
Timeless plunder.
everything else should be dandy. So, next steps. Far fewer people are watching Gael now. That guy is kind of keeping an eye, though,
Shakut. Let's not ask for permission.
on that lantern. But he's not fully watching it. So what happens if we turn that off? Does that lure anyone's attention? The patrol will notice it, but are there other patrols around who will also notice it? Because that guy's also a patroller.
Do I see? What is keeping Salazar? He should have been here.
Okay, so nobody cares. That's good. And it's probably made life just a bit easier for Gael to escape, although not terribly so. But then if old Pincus comes down here... and distracts that
I
acolyte.
hear there's lots of different barbecue techniques in the lost Caribbean. Have you ever tried roasting chicken on the Maiden's Flame?
So let's Gael get a bit further away. Now, let's test. I assume it's a suspicious activity to turn off lanterns.
Oh? No torch can be without the flame. Not worth my attention. Maybe you.
It's kind of suspicious.
I have already. Strange.
But we can also get away with it.
Without the flame, but it still must burn. I shall ignore this impertinent interruption. No torch can be without the flame.
Okay, so we can turn off torches as possessed Pincus.
All edibles here are immaterial. We only have our meager supplies.
Doesn't really help us with much.
Well now.
Aha. Although that one... yeah, actually that does kind of help us, because it draws people out of their usual spots.
Well, now is that?
Oh.
And so that guy's going to get drawn out.
Maybe you can spare a bite.
And now when he turns around, he sees that. But he's still kind of within reach of the commissarius, unfortunately. Yeah, he's in range there, so that ain't gonna work. I mean, thinking about
Across
it,
the sea.
Gael's distractions are pretty useful, so yeah, you relight that torch for a minute, Pincus.
Maybe
Just
you
because I
can
don't
spare
want
a
this
bite.
guy to...
I have already given my rations to the acolytes. My favourite.
Ready for a challenge.
yeah.
Perhaps you'll stop
Freckles,
before
draw
me
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, from here though, bit of a pain for Gael to move around again. I shouldn't have moved it here. Right, yeah, let's get Gael back round here. Now, Belgard can see quite a way, but he can't quite see over here.
Freckles, draw them.
Now, is that... yeah, so if we can find a way of firing in there.
Wash one. Where do I put this? A little spectacle just for you.
That'll draw in that guy. But he should find a spot in there where no one will notice
Draw down.
if we do that.
Ah, the mind of a simple acolyte.
Search the castle again. May it
Oh.
inspire your...
My bad. When we are...
Another pair of
yeah,
eyes might
when we're carrying someone
I'm
as Pincus,
unimpressed.
we're doing it
Ready for a
Search the
challenge.
stood
castle
up
again, will you?
if we're an
There
acolyte.
must be some.
As you command.
But that's fine. Gael's got him.
I thought so.
Now. Next sets might be taking out more acolytes. There's a few of them about. Although, where's Yuki? She's up here.
So many tricks. Let's do it, Kuma.
Don't drop down. Why would she drop down there?
You sure you remember
It's like,
correctly,
I
Mark?
clearly want us to walk across here. Or can we not? Okay, we can't walk across there. That's why she dropped down. Now we know.
Sneaky dead.
So we need a new plan. Can't drop down there. Do we have to walk all the way around with it? Yeah, I was thinking the next plan is that we drop attack
Yes, good plan.
this commie at just the right moment. And the other one won't notice. Because it's such a quick kill.
This is fun. Oh, heavy.
Good. Another plan successfully
Yes,
executed.
A good memory.
Now if we
Fast
can
and
get
sharp.
back on the wall, we could potentially do the same
That's my
again.
stomach.
That's a good trick. Up! Up!
Now I assume no one's watching this commie.
Remember the Twilight Corsair. Did you see that, Kuma?
Good. More people down. Now no one's watching that front gate guy. Are they? Oh, you kind of are. But no one's watching that bell guard now, once the patrol
Perhaps if
moves
you
on.
Focus on your work.
Shiny
So yeah,
gold.
I think we're in the cleanup phase at this point.
Oh, that's easy. Slice and stab. Wake up, Katana-san.
I mean, we could probably take out that guy as well now.
Good sword.
Stumped.
Good idea, Marley-san.
So is this patrol going to notice that anything's up? Maybe.
Well, no. No torch can be without the flame. Not worth my attention.
Yes, they have
What's
noticed
the
this.
delay here?
Come
The
now,
impertinence.
duty call.
Are we going?
Report. Your
Chop, chop.
task demands it.
How do we deal with them though?
Let's remember.
Have you
I
forgotten
shall
your
report
task?
this. You hear?
The
I mean, they're
maiden
kind of
waits
out of
below, my
range
friend.
Forgotten.
of everyone, I think.
Together now. The Corsair is hunting.
One less soul.
The Corsair strikes again.
That was clumsy. I thought I'd attack that guy and I hadn't, but it works out. Now. Yeah, you drag that bod over there, please, Pinkers. He's proven to be surprisingly versatile, given as he's only had a limited range to work in. Now, that commissarius does see that torch.
What is that? It's fire. But it still must burn. Well, now. What do we have here?
Okay, so that guy has noticed. But when he stood here, no one can see.
So exhausting.
That's all the torches
I shall not move from this.
unlit, I think. Is that one unlit? It looks like it's still lit. There we go. That's the whole area plunged into darkness. No real
Ready,
reason
Kuma? Watch me,
to do that.
Sensei.
Now, can we chuck that body in that well?
Heavy.
Doesn't look like it. We can
Leave it to
drop
me.
it back over here. And then we can ring the gong.
Oh, this one spews fire.
A castle scale. Another challenge met. What does your compass say?
It says let's go to a different island.
It's changed again. One more dragon to find.
I'm starting to enjoy this little adventure.
The
Yeah.
question still remains, what awaits us at the end?
No, shut up,
A
Marley.
wish, of course.
We're having fun.
The dragon said so.
I suppose we'll see. For now, free up Ater and return to me.
Very well.
How long has it been?
Now, what remains?
Your power is amazing.
Pincus, can you turn off that torch as well, please? Might not be 1,000,000% necessary. But it would be nice, regardless. And then let's think. Let's move you into the bush and get you back into your own bod. Come on, crew. I've just remembered the trouble I was having getting people on the roof could have probably been solved by Gael putting Pincus in her cannon and firing him off.
Is it a puzzle?
Silly of me to not remember that sooner, really. Now, Yuki, please jump on that guy's head whilst
I miss the waves under my feet.
Gael fires her cannon at the Custodes.
The landing could be a bit rough.
And that should take out all 4 of these dudes. Okay. For some reason, Yuki decided not to do that.
I like
I thought I'd made the command pretty clear for her. Maybe if she instead
Oh,
drops
that's
down to
easy.
ground level. Now she'll have less problem doing that. Right, so let's wait for the other acolyte to get back in range.
Let's capture this moment in time.
There we go. Problem solved. Right, through the door, everyone.
Don't stay behind, Kuma.
Prepare for our return, Marty.
Oh,
Jolly
these
good.
travels are
What a
so
fun mission.
unbecoming to me.
So, stumped. Collect 20 pieces of wood in one mission. Yeah. And take down a bunch of people with tripwire traps, and just take down a bunch of people. Not the trickiest mission in the world. The triple Udex was easier to deal with than the last time, I have to say. Triple Kindred was interesting. But we took them all down. And then, yeah. It seems like it could be a good map for, like, just kill every target, because there's very few on the left. We took out nearly everyone on the right. And I assume that kill everybody on an island is a badge that we might get one day. But yeah, Yuki with her mobility was the key on that team, I think. All round. Gael and Pincus. I should have considered the fact that both Gael and Pincus are largely immobile when it comes to vines and swimming. But alas, we learn as we go.
Aphia-san, can we talk?
On my way.
Yes, let's talk to Yuki.
Never look back.
Where are we going next?
What are you two up to?
Making plans? Where we'll go, what we'll do when we're alive again?
Ah, preferably not die, I presume.
Mm-hmm. Aphia-san, you already know my wish. What's yours going to be?
We could use better rum here on deck.
She doesn't want to tell us, Kuma.
Well, what can I say? I'm exactly where I want to be right now. I could wish for fame and fortune in the future. But what's the fun in that?
Yeah, you gotta win
Earning
it.
those things for yourself, that's part of the adventure, eh?
What about my wish? You think it's stupid?
Nah. You wish for whatever you want. That's your business. We all grow in our own way. Just gotta make sure it's the right way.
And which way is that?
That's the puzzle, eh? Now come. Angela's grave awaits.
Ah, so it's Angler's Grave again next. That's fine, we can do that. But for now, we've got a bit more
The
crew
verdict
tales
is
to do.
clear.
Let's see how Pincus has got on with his work.
Pincus?
Ah, Teresa, you have returned. Let me see. I've written down what I saw.
Of course you have.
There we were, in this beautiful field of daffodils and dandelions, just me and her serenading each other with our... no, I must be excused. It seems I have stumbled upon an entry of my dream journal.
I don't say, Jamia.
Indeed.
Another moment, if you will. Here, this ought to be the correct document. Yes. The skeleton drew the rum from a very particular barrel. One that bore the insignia of 2 skulls. One
Pete
of
and the
them
Nameless One.
broken.
Pete and the Nameless One. Have you held on to the route the skeleton took to get there?
Yes. Here. These are the scribblings regarding the path. I don't know if they're of any help.
I'll show it to Estelle. She'll know what to do. I'll get back to you, Pincus.
So somewhere down in the
I desire a pet.
hold.
Any animals you
Let's
prefer?
get a better view.
Shark.
Suspicious.
Estelle, can you take a look at this? Do you think you can get me there? No, it's an official investigation. Nobody needs to know about this. I'm glad I can count on your discretion.
Right, that's a whole lot of barrels. But there's the one we're after.
The myth-enshrouded stash of Pete and the Nameless. It was only a question of time until my work led me here. Let the investigation commence. I see where this is going.
Let's have a look at this barrel first.
Another barrel. As far as I can tell, that one seems untouched.
Okay.
Just normal stinking rum. Probably as much a poison as the poison.
But then we got some glasses on the
Judgment
floor?
is at hand.
Or is it just some drops of liquid?
Footprints. All of them skeletal in nature.
Or footprints. So, skelly bones have definitely been down here.
That smell. This barrel must hold the poison. Strange. This has only the slightest note of rum to it. Either the poison is very strong or, well, if my suspicions are correct. Ah, there it is. I'll keep a hold of that. I'll take some of the fluid as well.
Okay, so she's figured something out. I'm not sure
Through
what.
the flames. What's this? An unmarked barrel? The wood itself seems quite fresh. Potent smell as well.
Is the wood the problem?
This I will have to remember. I'll take a sample of that.
A barrel that's been made with magical wood? Maybe?
I think I've found all there is to find here. The culprit seems clear. One thing doesn't, however. Why is there only one victim? If one of the main barrels is poisoned, surely there should be more. I'll take my time and prepare my case. Then we will see justice served.
Well, I've got no idea what Theresa's thinking there. But I am thinking that next time might be a good time to start her crew tale, because I do want to learn more about her and her past. So, yeah. I'm not sure where Theresa goes for her crew tale, but we're going to find that out as well next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.